Okay, YouTube, today I'm going to show you how to properly sharpen and how to properly sharpen and produce Bark River knives. How I properly sharpen them is I use a Japanese sharpening method. Japanese sharpening method is whenever you go back and forth um, with your sharpening stone, like this, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Right now I'm focusing on the tip there, because the tip is the one I typically always sharpen. Inside of Japanese sharpening method, you got two sections. You got the blade section, and you got the tip section, the flat section and the tip section. Just like with this knife, you got the flat section and the tip section, or you can call it the flat section and the tip section, or however you want to call it. Let me show you this real quick though. You see, tip section, blade section. Tip, blade. And I typically only sharpen this one because if you sharpen this one more often, you're going to just make a shorter knife. But if you sharpen this flat section here more often, you're going to make a thinner knife. You want a thinner knife. So I only sharpen the tip section. Look at that tip. I need to show you how to sharpen that thing, right? On just about all blades, like the Cold Steel Raja too, you can see the grind lines. The grind lines from the factory are in line with the geometry of this edge here, so they're going straight out of the edge like this. I'll show you sharpening this tip right now. Right. So whenever I push it forward, I'm on the cheeks. Then whenever I pull it back, I go on to the apex, and I just do that. This thing's like a hypodermic needle. It's even sharper than that. So yeah, that's real sharp right there. Show you this piece of wood real quick. Use it just like a chisel. This is a perfect knife, all-around knife for like a wood crafter. But whenever I got this knife, this here geometry here, was like my fingernails, was like at a 30-degree angle, and then the actual edge bevel was like at a 37-degree angle. It was horrendous. So whenever I was going to sharpen it, I had to go like this, at like some sort of angle like that. But now I go like that, because I had to take down them cheeks. It took me a couple days to take down them cheeks on an old hardware stone from this old hardware store. It took me a couple days, a week almost. And then I figured out that I have to add like 20 pounds of pressure and speed with water. And then it took me just a couple days after I did that. I see some people, they have some Bark River knives, like the Bark River Aurora, and they throw it away because they just don't understand the edge geometry, where they say it chips. They have blowout in the steel. Blowout. How you have that? Dude, what are you doing? Chopping fucking a rock? But I'm not gonna have any blowout. That's a good knife right there. There, huh? That's a real good knife. So yeah, that's how the knife came, because the dude at the factory, whenever he made it, I guess he just didn't know how to make it. Or yeah, he did know how to make it. He just really rounded the edge over. I'm guessing with like the 3000 grit sharpening belts that they have over there, he was rounding it up, and then after that they polished the fuck out of it. So, or I don't know if they did. On this knife they didn't, because I can see down in the steel where like the 36 grit belt was, like the scratch marks from the 36 grit belt, but it's fine. it's fine. But this knife is the manufacturing part on it is one side is like nearly completely flat, so like a 2-degree angle, and then the other side is like a 5-degree or a 4-degree angle. So it's not really supposed to be like that. It's more supposed to be like this, with the edge geometry dialed in for the thickness of the steel. You know, I've seen some people on YouTube splitting wood with this thing. You're not gonna be splitting wood with any of this, because that's just not gonna happen. You could probably split wood with this, but I'm not gonna do it, you know, unless it's like a little perfect piece of wood, you know. I'm not gonna split some big old huge thing that's probably gonna break my knife. You see the tip on this thing, you know, you could probably break that off no problem, you know. But whenever it first came, man, you could stab at the tip into something and pry, and you wouldn't break it at all. But now, you definitely probably break the tip, because I took the geometry down to what it was supposed to be. Now it's like a bullet, man. It catches my skin right there, man. So all that just catches my skin real sharp right there. But yeah, at the factory, the guy with the manufacturing problem that I have, he went like this with the belt sander. See, the belt sander runs like this, like the Japanese sharpening style method, goes like this. He went, he didn't take in the tip, the geometry of the tip, right? And so he kind of messed this up a little bit, you know. I guarantee you, for the first time me ever grinding on one of them big old grinders with a piece of steel like this, I'd probably overheat it, but I'd make the geometry just damn perfect. So let's see. That's how you properly sharpen your knives from Bark River, and all of your knives really, and that's how you're supposed to manufacture them. But now this is like a Japanese kitchen knife. It's really slicey, but it should have been a little bit better, but it's not. Should have been, but it's not. So yeah, I guess that's it. Peace out.